said, I'm going to click the record button and turn it over to Billy just to get started, and then we'll get into this thing.
Okay, so guys, thank you so much for jumping on here, man. One thing I can say about everybody on here is everyone is enthusiastic. Everybody's got a great attitude, and they want to take this thing and run with it. And Caleb and I started this thing together. We got together about a year ago. I'd been doing it without, by myself and with Joey and Hank, and we had some success. When Caleb got involved, we took it to another level, and now we're ready to take it even to a bigger level. A year ago, we didn't have any resources at all. We had very few references. We didn't have any recordings. We were just using elbow grease and shoe leather and selling this thing. So you don't have to have everything perfect because you're all great salespeople. We are developing, and Caleb is going to give you a lot of resources, 10 times more resources than Joey and I had when we started selling this. So you guys have a tremendous advantage. And now you guys, we have a name out there in the marketplace. For those of you who are just dialing in, be quick next time. So time is money. We've got so many people calling us. Caleb and I spent together about 14 hours on the telephone yesterday. So we're going to duplicate ourselves through you. We're going to duplicate ourselves through some training. We've got some virtual training. We're going to have everybody's going to have a login. Everybody's going to have all the questions that you could possibly come up with are going to be answered. You're going to have resources to dial into, and you need to do a pitch with somebody. Well, here is Billy doing a pitch. Press play, and then at the end of that, you ask the dealer, Mr. Dealer, do you have any questions? Mr. Dealer, when would you like to do this at your dealership? Okay, so you guys are going to be able to use us, duplicate us through some technology that's going to be amazing. I'm super excited to have so many salespeople and so many people wanting to share this with the world. By the way, we're going to do business with 10,000 dealerships. We're approaching 1,000. We're over 800 that we touched together, Caleb and I. But we're going to hit 1,000, and then we're going to 10x that. We're going to hit 10,000. The other 10,000, because there's about 20,000 dealerships in the country. Half of them are dumbasses. We don't want to do business with them. The other half, we're going to make a ton of money with them. So time's money. Caleb's got this thing planned out. Mute me out, Caleb, and take over, brother.
All right, guys. So the main reason I want to get everybody on the same page is, like Billy said, I know everyone wants to get started. Everyone wants to make money. Everyone wants to get it done fast as they can. So what I want to do is show you guys how I pitch the program, from how the lead starts as to, how we get them on the phone, and then what we do to close the deal. And then at the end, I also want to go over how do you process a deal, keeping in mind that we are processing about 35 events a week. We're not, if you've sold direct mail before, or if you've sold any type of digital product before, the difference in what we do versus any other agency is that we're not working on a monthly schedule. We're working on a weekly schedule. So every week, every Sunday is like a new month. So you're not going to be able to be 3 weeks ahead on stuff. It's going to all happen the week of, the week of, the week of. And that's why it's important that we follow the right process, the right steps, or you could get frustrated thinking that, someone's not giving you enough attention. So what I want to start with first, and everyone that can see my screen, is where do we get leads from? So right now we have a list. I pay about $400 a month for a updated new list each month of dealers in the marketplace. I have their name, their store, their title, their email, and phone number for most of these guys. Right now we have 5,088 dealers that we were able to take our list, match on Facebook, that we're emailing once a week. We're emailing them videos of Billy talking about the call center or showing the product. We're also continually stalking them on Facebook, and then I have their numbers. Well, one person can't handle 5,000 leads. So our goal is the 7, 8, 9 of you guys involved here is for me to be able to send you about 500 leads a piece. Okay. So when you get those leads, is what have they been seeing? So the first thing I'm going to show you is kind of just some artwork of what's been going out there, so you know what dealers are seeing. So they're seeing something like this: Facebook buyback event, set yourself up for a record sales weekend. It's very generic. It's got some results on here, what's included. This form is editable. If you have any type of PDF software, you can put your name and phone number here at the bottom. You can put this into a Constant Contact or a MailChimp and send this out. We have several one-sheeters, like this is just one of them. I've got a lot more. I'll show you guys those and share those with you guys. So we're sending out these one-sheeter type emails, and then we're getting dealers contacting us saying, hey, I'm interested. But here's what the dealer, I'll show you what the lead list looks like if you're on the page, if you're on the screen with me. You just scroll this out. You're going to have their name, first and last name, the name of the company. You will have their email. And I also, it'll tell you what they do there. I cleaned this up for a mail list, but you know, we've got thousands and thousands of actual deliverable emails. So when you send these emails out, they are getting delivered. It's not junk. And what's really neat about it is each week when we send those emails out, what we want to be able to do, guys, is when we send that email out and I send out to 5,000 people and 1,000 people open that email and watch our video, I want to be able to give you guys those 1,000 people so it's not a cold call when you reach out to them. They have taken time to watch the video. They are going to know who you're calling from. But when me and Billy started, it was just cold call, cold call, cold call. We didn't have any of these tools, and we were still able to do, you know, 10, 20 deals a week and make it happen. So what I've done is, to make it simple, is I've put screenshots together for everyone, and I've emailed these out to some of you guys. I'm going to go ahead and get them over to everyone else. You can put this in a PowerPoint, but keep in mind, anything you run software-wise during a presentation. So let's say you're doing a GoToMeeting like this. If you want to show them a live event, it's going to slow your screen down, okay? If you want to use a PowerPoint, it's going to slow your screen down, because any type of software you're running over a shared internet line is going to be slow, and we're trying to be fast and keep their attention. That's why I like to use screenshots, okay? So I'm going to give you these screenshots. If you want access to a live event, you just have to sell your own event. As you sell your own event, of course, you'll have access to that event to watch it. Let me just mute everybody real quick so we don't get a ton of feedback real quick. I'm just going to mute all. All right. So I muted everybody, but if you want to raise your hand, there's a chat button right here. Just send us a note and I'll stop, or text me and say, hey, I got a question. But just so that we can all stay on the same page. So this is how I pitch the product, guys. When I get the dealer on the phone, I just start here. I say, okay, so actually, let me unmute somebody. Hold on. Let me get somebody to role play with us here. Let's see here. Audio attendees, unmute. All right. All right. Who wants to role play? Who wants to be the customer?
Matt Crane.
Somebody join in. Matt Crane. All right, Matt Crane is the customer, guys. All right, Matt. So just role play with me here, Matt. That way we got it recorded. I think we got rid of that big feedback. All right, Matt. So Matt, hey Matt, Caleb Wilson here, Billy Merritt Marketing. Thanks for taking the time to meet with us and look at this. It's really only going to take about 10 minutes. The best thing about our product, Matt, is that we cover everything from start to finish. There is no dealer involvement needed. We don't need to interrupt your staff or your daily processes. A little history real quick. Myself and Billy, my partner, both been in the car business for over 20 years. I own 3 dealerships, was able to sell my partnership out. Billy was running his stores, got out of his own dealership he had, and we partnered together to create this great company. And we know what dealers need. We need appointments in the showroom of people who are there to buy a car, not get a gift. And we want people to be in your store without you having to ever lift your finger to do anything. So when you show up to work on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, depending on your calendar, we want to make sure that you have the biggest weekend you've had in the history of your store. And the only way to do that is to let us handle everything. So all you have to do is worry about showing up. Sound fair enough?
Yeah, that sounds fair.
And all right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to walk you through start to finish exactly what our program does. Now, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask me as we go. No problem. It really is really simple to understand. So what we're going to do here, and what I'm going to do here is just show you each event, how we make it work, and then what the end result is. And I'll walk you through some of the reasons why it's the most effective tool on the marketplace. So Matt, let me ask you a question. Are you currently on Facebook? Do you have a Facebook page?
Yes.
Okay. Would you say most of your employees are? Every dealer I talk to says they spend the whole day trying to get people off of Facebook and to get back into the CRM and start engaging with customers. Do you guys face that same problem at your store?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and some stores even ban Facebook. Like they go in the IT department and say, hey, I don't want Facebook to work in this dealership. And side note, guys listening in, I will tell you when I pitch this that about 40% of the people I pitch tell me that's how it is at their dealership. Okay. They tell me, oh, we can't even get on Facebook in our store. So with that being said, that's going to come up, right? Well, here's the great thing about that, sir. You're not going to have to worry about that during this event because we're going to show you how to use Facebook, and we don't need access to your page right now. We are going to give you some options on that, but we don't have to do that. If you don't have it working in your store and you can't access it, no problem. Because what you guys will find, guys, you'll find that a lot of the corporate stores like the AMSIs, the Hendricks, the AutoNation stores, they'll actually have Facebook banned from their store. So they can't get online to give you any type of access without running it up a corporate ladder. And a lot of times the GM don't want to do that because he doesn't want everyone to know what he's doing. So just a side note there. So anyway, all right, back to the pitch. So I'll ask him, hey, do you have Facebook? Yes. The reason we're doing that, obviously, is we want to prove the validity of Facebook. So with that being said, all right, someone's got their speaker on. That's getting a lot of feedback. It's right here. I'll mute you, Abby. All right, back into it. All right, so back to the pitch. All right, so Matt, you've got Facebook. You're on with the dealership. All right, so what we're going to do, Matt, is we're going to basically, and the best way for me to explain this, Matt, is have you ever done saturation direct mail, Matt, where you have like the giant postcard with the scratch off and you create a big hysteria on the lot? You bring a lot of people in. You guys ever done any type of saturation mail like that before?
Yes, and it was terrible.
Okay, well, great. What this is, though, this is saturation direct mail on Facebook. The reason that sale was terrible is because you served 100,000 pieces of mail and you had 1,000 to 3,000 people walk into the store, and they walked into the door wanting their prize and wanting their free screwdriver set, and it was just, you know, you love the mass traffic it generated, but you hated working through the trash. So what we're doing is this is a 100% saturation staffed mail piece, but on Facebook where we filter all the trash out. So what we're going to do is during our event, we're going to build a page like this for your store. Okay. So we're going to build our own page. And the reason we're going to do that is for a couple of reasons. One, we can control it. Number two, if there's anything negative said about your store, we can delete it and block that person right away. Make sure nothing negative comes up during the event. Okay. The second thing, and the second reason we're going to do this is so that we can really control the message. So what you're going to see here as we go through here is you're going to see exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take 100,000 people and we're going to serve an ad like this. Okay, so instead of sending it to their mailbox, we're going to serve 100,000 people on Facebook. And this is a copy of the message that we're sending. And as you can see, you can't see the full message. And guys, this is real important. The ad copy, if they want something special in there, like we can always put it below the fold here, because they're not going to really see it in the way the ad's being served anyway, unless they open it up. So if you've got a dealer that's just insistent on having some kind of disclaimer or something, we can always put that below the fold without messing up our sale, which is a change in Facebook that they've done recently, which has really been beneficial to all of us. So what we're going to do, Matt, is we're going to serve 100,000 people on Facebook, a buyback ad, inventory sell down, credit repair, liquidation event, new car only events, used car only events. Whatever the message that you need help with in your store, that's the message we're going to serve. We build our stuff around buyback. It's really strong and really effective in new markets, but we're going to create 100,000 ads and we're going to serve those 100,000 ads out. And let me show you this down here. You see down here, Matt, where it says 81,021 people reach?
Yep.
Can you see that? All right. So Matt, what that is, that's how many people we've reached so far. Keeping in mind this event is running through into business on Sunday. We've had 3,600 engagements. So I'm not great at math, but I do know that, 1% of 81,000, so let's call it 810. So 810, 16, 24, we're almost at a 4.5% engagement rate, which would never happen with direct mail, but I'm getting that 4.5% engagement. I'm getting 3,600 people. Okay. So I've got 3,600 people that I can view their Facebook page. I can look at their profile and my group of guys can reach out to. You see down here where it says 334 messaging conversations happening. That's basically 334 internet leads where someone hit send message and send us a lead. How many internet leads do you guys get in your store monthly right now, do you think?
Probably about 250, 275.
Okay, so you're getting like 250, 275. Hey guys, I don't care if they're getting 500, 800 leads a month. Check this out. So, hey, you're getting 334 people that have actually clicked right here and said, hey, yes, I want help. You also have this, guys, or Mr. Dealer. You're also going to have the comment section of our deal. So as you can see here, you see that same 3,600 there, 334 people that message us. 780 people have commented and said, hey, we're going to be in your town. We have an 11 Camry. We want to buy that car. You have an 11 Camry online. Can you make us a good deal on your trade-in? I'm interested in getting a savings voucher. I love this truck. We have 780 people who have said, yes, I want help. 334 have clicked the button and said, please help me. So we've generated, guys, over 1,200 internet leads in a 3-day period versus the 300 you're generating in a full month out of your entire ad budget. Okay, guys? So I'm taking 1,100 leads. I'm going to give you more internet leads in 4 days than you'll generate in your entire month. And the beauty of this is we're going to sell a lot of these people. We're going to get all the 1 to 7 day buyers and get them in the store. But when this event's over with, those 780 people that commented, you can also go in and comment to those people and continually work them. So let's say you sell 25 cars during your event. Okay, you should still be able to close. If you guys close 10% of your internet leads, you should still be able to close another 78 deals after the sale. So if your sale goes great and you have that, you're the guy that sells 50, 80, 100 cars in your sale, it doesn't mean that you don't have another 78 cars that you can put together when the event's over with. So what happens here and what I've showed you so far, just to be perfectly clear, and guys, just this will come up, just to be perfectly clear, you can do all this yourself, okay? You can create a Facebook page. You can create an event. Your marketing department can serve ads on Facebook. Your marketing department, your agency can get people to comment, okay? That's not what I'm here to sell you today, guys. The next thing I'm going to show you is what we're actually pitching you on, okay? And that is my guys, our team, our group of guys, okay? We have 27 guys in our call center in Douglas, Georgia. These are real guys. Mainly everyone in our call center has been in a car dealership. They worked with myself or Billy. They understand the car business. They know what to say. They know what not to say. They're not $10 an hour appointment setters in a BDC that's going to fill your showroom up with trash traffic, okay? My guys know what to do and what not to do. It is not going to benefit us in any way, Matt, if I get 200 people to show up at your store and all 200 can't buy a car. That's not going to be beneficial to us in any way whatsoever. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we have everyone that can. We want to have everyone we can involved on this page. So right now, as you can see here, my guys have been talking to all these people over here on the left-hand side. They're setting appointments like this. And then once our guys get done filtering through the 780 comments, the 3,600 engagements, the 334 people that sent a message, what's going to happen is you're going to have appointments that look like this. Okay? How would you like to go into your week, Matt, with your weekend looking like this? Would you guys feel like you'd have a great week at the store?
Absolutely. I would love to see that.
And yeah, and I'll tell you this. We all know one thing: appointments sell cars, right? When I ran my store, here was my goal. If I wanted to sell 10 cars on a Saturday, I had to have 20 people show up at the store because we would close half our appointments. The problem is only half my appointments showed up. So for me to sell 10 cars, I had to set 40 appointments, 20 people show up, and we sell half those. It's the 50-50-50 rule. Well, our guys are super talented, so we run with the 70-50 rule, right? So if I do set 100 appointments, about 70% are going to show up. And then you need to sell half those people a car, and you're going to get 35 deals out of that, okay? The problem is when you have – how many people is in your BDC now, Matt?
We've got 5.
Okay, and guys pitching this, I'll tell you the average answer is 3 people, okay? The average dealer we pitch have 3 people in their BDC. Hey, Matt, so for your BDC, do you feel like, you know, with 3 people or 5 people – it would be pretty difficult for them to set 130 appointments like I'm showing you on the screen here and still do their normal workload. See what we're doing,
yeah.
and this is a key selling point, Matt. What we're doing is we're solving the us versus them problem. Matt, right now, you're the most talented guy in the store. That's why you're the general manager or the owner of the store, okay? If you, Matt, highly trained Matt, who's been to all the conferences, who's done all the training, who's invested in himself. You know, you've done a lot to make yourself super talented, and that's why you're in the position you're in. And obviously, guys, I'm building Matt up a little bit here, right? I'm making him feel good about himself. But Matt, you've done all this to build yourself up, and you're ready. Matt, if you took every internet lead, every phone call, every up the walk in the door, and followed up with every sold customer and asked for referrals, how many more cars do you think your dealership would sell if all 30 people on your sales floor were as talented as you?
Oh, 30 to 50, easy.
Easy, right? So, I mean, how often
Absolutely.
do you get mad when you look through your you look through your CRM now, and what happens? You get pissed off when you see how somebody talks to a customer. You see sales managers walking customers out the door and giving you some excuse about a doctor's appointment. You know it's all BS, but you can't run everything in the store, run the company, and close every deal. Well, that's what we're going to do for you, Matt. We're solving the us versus them problem. I'm giving you 27 more Matts for 7 days, where you're going to have the most highly talented, the most highly trained Text Ninjas, BDC guys in the country working on all your leads for you, and we're going to solve that us versus them problem so that you can just have your staff do their normal job. Don't interrupt the apple cart. If you guys are selling 30 cars a week, great. That should still happen. We're going to put on top of that with highly talented guys and a highly talented team. On top of that, we're going to fill you up with appointments and have you ready to roll, have you ready to sell cars. So with that being said, Matt, when do you think a great time, a great week this month will be to set this up for you guys? I know it's early in the month. It's September the 10th now. We still have time. We have 2 more great weekends. What would make the most sense for you and your team?
One question before I give you that answer, because the answer will be tomorrow, right? But one question is that when you guys come in and run these events for us, what happens to the data from the events themselves? Is that data that I have that becomes part of our CRM and helps our guys build a book of business, or does that data just belong to you? How does that work?
Well, that really, Matt, depends on how hard you want to work, okay? So I'm going to show you that again right here. All right, so we run the page, we keep the page, and we're going to manage the page for you. Now, there's 2 ways we can do this event. Number one, we can build our own page and manage it for you, where we're going to retain everything, or we could use your page, okay? So recently we've been using dealers' pages, guys. Recently we've been letting the dealer just use their page. The benefit to that is we don't have to worry about the page getting deleted by Facebook. We don't have to worry about anything really negative happening. However, we do have to be super cautious in the call center that we have a great response time and that we don't say anything stupid, because the dealer can see everything. So Matt, as the dealer, if I'm answering that question, it really depends on how, as the salesman, you want to sell it. If you want them to have access, you could set it up where they would have all the data and all the access. If you don't want to set it up that way, and I'm going to tell you why, I'm going to tell you the positive and negatives, okay? And I hadn't really talked to Billy about this, but here's the negative. If we run it through their page where they retain all the data, we can't upsell refreshes. So some of the sales guys now will basically run an event. Okay, you run the event, you charge them 8, 9, 10 grand, whatever you charge them, and then the event ends. They had a great event, but you have 800 leads in the system. You could call that dealer up and say, hey, how about I can do a refresh, I can turn this back on, help you out. It's the last 3 days of the month. You could charge them $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for that, and then we'll go back through and remessage and reset appointments. If they have all the leads, we can't do that. So it really depends as a salesman how you want to set it up. But Matt, the way this event was sold, so as the dealer, you just asked me that question, what happens after the event? I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to say, Matt, that's 100% up to you and how hard you want to work, okay? We're not hiding anything. As you can see here, Matt, we have 780 people right here who have commented. All you and your BDC has to do is at the end of the sale, when we quit doing our follow-up, you're going to go through, you're going to click on Susan Wood's name, and it's going to pop up and it's going to say message, and you're going to message her and say, Susan, this is Matt at the dealership. I know you didn't make it in for the event, but we're still interested in buying your vehicle. When could you come in? So you would basically have to take your 5 guys in the BDC you have now, let's call that 800 leads at the end of this sale. You're going to need those 5 guys to follow up about 180 people apiece. They'll send them all a message, and whoever responds back, that's the people I would transfer into my CRM. So you can take these customers, put them in your CRM and work them, or you can work them right off the Facebook page, or you can just hire us back in 6 more weeks, 4 more weeks to come back in and run a secondary event where we'll re-engage all those customers for you. That's what most of our clients do, because what you're going to find is the amount of traffic we generate is more than most can handle. I'll give you a couple stories real quick, Matt, before we decide when to do it. Hendrick Honda in Hickory, North Carolina, they hired us to do an event. They had similar results as this page I just showed you. However, we only had 111 appointments set. They did 247 appraisals in vAuto in 3 days off the event. So they had a mass amount of people show up that didn't even set appointments. So during the event, just because you have an appointment total, that doesn't mean that's the only traffic you're going to see. And guys selling this, that is what happens. Pretty much however many appointments you set, there's almost that many more people that just show up at the store. So make sure you go over that with your dealer so they know what to anticipate. This sale I'm showing you guys, Lewis Toyota Topeka, the reason I'm using screenshots for this sale is this dealer sold 76 cars at $2,500 a copy, $190,000 in variable gross. And the general manager of the store's name is Jeff Kerwin, and he will give anyone you need a fantastic reference for us, okay? So that's why I use this page. Plus, they're a prominent store. They're a top contender for top 10 Toyota every month, and it's a great one to use. You'll get a lot of recognition with this screen share. Now, Matt, Matt, does that answer your question both ways on how you can get the data?
Yeah, it definitely does. And so I guess my next question for you would be, what's this going to cost?
Right. Okay, guys. So that is going to be, your guys all have the same cost, like on the wholesale pricing grid that Billy sent everybody. And if he didn't send you that, I'll make sure you have it. When I'm pitching to a dealer right now, I'm pitching it at $8,750. Okay. So I'm telling them a non-staffed event is $8,750. Okay. The reason I started my pitch with the saturation direct mail part, guys, is because one of you mail guys in the room, how much does it cost to send out 100,000 pieces of saturation mail?
$52,000.
Yeah, $52,000, right? So the reason I bring that up front is so when I tell them the price here now, so Matt, let's just go through this. You asked me to call. Hey, it looks great how it's called. Hey, Matt, this is a full program, 7 days, 27 full-time dedicated guys from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. The event is $8,750. That's all in. You don't have to do anything. We're going to handle everything for you. All you're going to do is greet customers, shake hands, and sell cars. How's that sound to you? And then if you get any, most people lay right down. Let's say you get some pushback. I'm going to say, hey, Matt, remember at the beginning where I told you this is saturation direct mail on Facebook? If you served 100,000 pieces of mail, it would cost you $45,000 to $52,000. So what we're doing is we're giving you the same type of traffic. It's only going to be at less than 25% of the cost. Plus, I'm giving you a fully staffed call center to weed out all the trash and only bring you the prime, cream of the crop, quality customers that are ready to buy a car. So that's why it's such a great deal for you guys that spend a lot of money on mail to buy our product instead, because we're filtering through all the trash so the dealership doesn't have to. The undertrained, understaffed salespeople don't have to try to figure out what's the deal and what's not. We're going to take care of all that for the customer and deliver them just a great result. Does that make sense to everybody?
Caleb.
Yes,
you
sir.
You said $8,750 for how many days?
Well, it's a 4-day sale, but we're working for them from Sunday when it starts. Okay. So
okay.
I'll make sure I let them know, like, hey, when we start ads on Sunday, the guys are in the call center working. We're setting appointments for a 3-day sale or a 4-day sale. If they're open on Sunday, guys, we do it for 4 days. It just helps us out. If they're open, if they want a 3-day sale, it's 3 days. Now, let me tell you this: if the dealer is willing to have appointments all week long, we can do that. Okay. Obviously, let's say we set 80 appointments for a store on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All right. If they'll let us spread that out, then, we set 80 appointments. So, instead of them having 25 a day, they may have 10 a day for like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And they have 10, 12, 15 a day. But we can do that too. And the benefit to doing that is sometimes you'll see people in here, like in the comment section, that say, like, hey, I can come right now. Can I come right now? And obviously, we don't want to tell them, no, you can't come in until Thursday. So if the dealer's okay with people coming in as the event runs, we can set appointments all throughout the week too. Okay. And And usually on the second event, the deal is when I bring that up, because, you know, when we run the first time, we've got to create these 334 messages. We got to create the 780 people that commented. You know, we have to do all that. On the second run, we already have all that information. So we don't have to go in there and reactivate everybody. So we can actually, when we go live on Sunday, or even when Sarah builds the page like the Wednesday or Thursday before, or reactivates the page, we can go ahead and get those people primed up and ready so we can get that dealer some early appointments. So if you're going to sell one event, go ahead and get them ready for the second one. So that's what I want. So before we end this like pitch demo and I open it up for conversation, go ahead before you close your deal and let them see how the cycle works. So I'm going to say, hey, Mr. Dealer, there's no way this doesn't make sense to you. You're a smart guy. We've been talking a lot about the car business. So this is definitely going to make sense. After your first event, I'm going to have 334 people to talk to. I'm going to have 800 people to comment with. So after we run your first event, I like to wait 4 weeks, come back into your market and reactivate all these people. You're spending $87.50 with me to get these people. We don't want to lose those people. We don't want to lose those people next time. We can reactivate all those people and bring them back into the market. And guys, all that's doing is planting the seed for a product that's coming out really soon from our team, where we're going to be able to take all the old leads, not just from Facebook, but from their entire CRM, and then go back and resell them another package. So that way, if you got these guys on like a 6-week rotation of event sales, we also have a reoccurring monthly revenue stream for you guys of a different package and program that Billy and I are putting together right now. And it will be ready for you guys really soon. Got a couple test clients that are going to be running this month on that program. But don't finish your pitch without setting up your next deal as well, because their event's going to go well. They're going to have a great sale. They're going to be happy. So before we go into how to turn everything in and how the mechanics of the deal works, go ahead, guys. I'm just going to start at the top and work our way down and ask questions. So Brent Smith, any questions?
No, I'm good.
Brent's been selling for a while, doing a great job, and so I figured he'd be fine. Let's see here. I've got everyone off of mute unless you muted yourself. Let's see here. Let me start with the names here. Let's see here. Clay Wallace, any questions? Clay, you're muted. You got your phone muted. Let me try to unmute you here.
I got it.
All right. You got it?
I should be.
Any questions, Clay?
I got all kinds of questions, but I'll wait.
No, go ahead and shoot questions in the pitch and how to sell. Because whatever questions you got, someone else probably has. That's the reason we're doing this.
Well, I'm more of a face-to-face guy. Kind of, this is all new to me, so it's going to take some getting used to. I'm fairly well on the phone, but just the mechanics of the pitch and put it all together where it fits like a redneck, you know.
There's no one more red than me, Clay. So
I doubt that.
All right, well, let's go. Then we'll get together after this. Matt Crane. Matt, any questions, Matt?
I guess my only question would be is that, you know, let's say that you get inside one store and it hit the home run, and you know they're part of a dealer group that has in a particular marketplace 12 of the 13 brands that are offered. You know, at what point are you able to pitch something of more of a blanket opportunity where you could do it as a whole for the group, since they have 12 stores in the same area, and drive traffic to that particular brand? Or would you set up individual events inside each store?
Okay, great question, man. Great question. All right, this comes up a lot. All right, so here's the thing. What's going to be most beneficial for you as the salesperson is to run 12 individual events, because you're going to get 12 individual commissions. All right. If they wanted to run, like we've done this for dealer groups before, I can show you. I'll just show you one real quick. Let me just pull up one. I'll show you one now. Let's see here. And while I'm pulling it up, I'll talk to you about it. So this is going to happen a lot. They're going to ask that question. Here's the downside. All right, let's say you have 3 stores on the same property. You know, a Kia store, a Honda store, and a Volkswagen store. Okay, I'll go ahead and tell you that Kia is going to get more traffic than Honda. Honda is going to get more than Volkswagen. So if you sell that event and you got 3 GMs, you know what I'm saying? Well, those 3 GMs are going to be mad because at the same time, Kia's kicking Honda's ass, Honda's kicking Volkswagen's ass, and Volkswagen just sucks, right? So it becomes a fight. So if you run them at different times, then the customers only can go to Kia. Then the Kia's gonna have a great sale. They can only go to Honda. They're gonna have a great sale. They can only go to Volkswagen. Great sale. Plus you got 3 deals. If you run it in a group, and let me show you here. Ray Skillman, Ford and Hyundai. Okay. So this store ran Ford and Hyundai at the same time. They had a great event, but make sure you tell the dealer, Mr. Dealer, how many cars do you guys sell a month combined between Ford and Hyundai? And they'll tell, and let's say that number is 300. Okay, how many does Ford do? 200. Okay, so during our event, expect Ford to have twice the traffic as Hyundai. Just make sure you go over that, because if you don't, I'm telling you, I've dealt with it. It's going to be an issue. All right. Second thing, if we serve 2 stores in the same market at the same time, the ad cost competes to deliver, and you will not have a good sale. So we've been through that a lot, where we have 2 dealers running at the exact same time, and our ability to deliver ads is impacted dramatically, and we just can't get it to work. We can't get the ads to serve. We can't get good quality appointments at the same time.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, so make sure, like, even though this one, like 489 comments, 224 messages, and a ton of appointments, and a happy customer who's re-signed, just make sure you don't want to run them at the exact same time. So you also don't want to have a chance of the sale going, negative. So let's say they have Kia, Honda, and Volkswagen. Well, you don't want to run the Volkswagen store first, all right, or the Mitsubishi store they try to give you first, right? So just tell them, hey, let's do this. Let's start out with Kia. Let me do a great job for you. Then let's do Honda, and then let's do Volkswagen. The reason I say that, Mr. Customer, is this. If I do Kia and I sell you 30 cars and I have 200 or I have 800 leads left over, and then we do Honda and I sell you 40 cars and I have 600 leads left over, then when we go into Volkswagen, I can reactivate 1,400 people and try to bring them into Volkswagen, which will offset the problem you already have, which is driving traffic into that store. Does that make sense to everybody?
That's smart.
Yeah, so make sure that you set it up that way when you set that up, okay? You want to make sure that you're looking at what could be the problem store. The dealer already knows it's a problem store. That's why they're telling you, that's why they're telling you about it, because they already know it's the issue store. So go ahead and take the problem store, get it out, put it last, and then that way the call center we have a ton of leads to reactivate and try to bring into that store. So that's you guys good on that?
Yeah, that's smart.
Now, the other thing about doing a multi-store at the same time is there is only going to be one calendar, okay? So if you have like 5 stores running at the same time in a one Facebook page event, all those leads are going to one page, okay? We cannot set them up to go to 5 different pages. So trying to do a group event can be done, and you can make a lot of money off of it. But for me, I like to run them at different times, okay? So if you're doing when I've seen, like, we mainly did like the big group events is when they were doing let's say they're doing like a big staffed event or a big mailer that same weekend, like a group wide event or a big TV campaign, then by all means, yeah, let's go ahead and run it for them. But we just got to explain the expectations up front. If one 8750 event generates 80 appointments and they want to spread that over 4 stores, well, what are they going to get, guys? They're going to get 20 appointments at each store, then they're going to call you and say our event sucked because there wasn't enough of an impact because we spread it out so far. Yeah, so try to stay away from those deals if you can. If you have to do it, I'll show you how to work through it. You're going to want to add a substantial amount of money to ad spend. So, I would add $3 to $4 grand for every store you add. So if it's a 3-store group and it's like 8750, call me on it. I'll help you set it up, but I'd charge them 16 grand for that because you're going to need the extra ad spend to make that sale work for them. So try to do individual groups, so individual stores one at a time. If you have to do a group one, call me or Billy or Sarah, and we'll help you set it up.
Hey, I've got one more question. This is Matt.
Yes, sir, Matt.
Also, these events, are they approved with the brand to be used as a co-op event?
Right. Yeah, great question. Okay, so Mitsubishi, I know that we always get theirs approved. Chrysler, I know we get those approved. Ford, we get those approved. I've done a lot of approvals for Honda and Toyota. So the answer is you can get it co-op approved. We don't do co-op. Okay. So we are not like the way we're set up, we're not set up to submit the co-op for dealers. If you want to submit the co-op for dealers, you can. Like Michael Chaparro, he does a lot of that. He set himself up as as a vendor with each company. He submits the co-op for them. What I tell my clients is this: we'll give you a co-op approved post. Okay. So like for a Chrysler store, here's what they need. I'll just show you what they need right now on the screen. Okay. They're going to need a co-op approved post. So so what we'll do, guys, is you have to let us know on the order form, which I'm going to go over that in just a minute. You have to let us know up front. When Sarah builds the page, okay, she builds the page, we can build an ad that's co-op approved, right? So it might be like a very generic ad on the page, but we can run that ad, and then we can run like, this is the aggressive ad. We could just put another ad like right here. It won't be boosted, it won't be ran, but we can take a screenshot. So like what they require is a screenshot of the ad running with the URL of the page. So basically we send them like a screenshot of this page here, and then we send them their insights, which is going to show them, this one looks bad obviously because it's old, but if we went to like, I don't know, basically we send them this insights page right here, guys. And that's all that Chrysler requires them to submit to get reimbursed for co-op. Okay.
Hey,
so go ahead.
is Sarah still on?
Good
Sarah?
morning.
Yes.
Hey, Sarah, I'm just asking for a reason. Caleb said they don't call. Weren't y'all co-op in the Kia for Mark?
Of course.
Okay.
If you ask me for a favor, but what Caleb's saying is let's not offer that, but yes.
Okay.
I will always do
I
it
would
for
rather not put
customer.
I would rather not put that on you anyways. But if it comes down to it, we have to do it. Okay. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Let me
If we
tell you
have
this.
to, but she wants to, but we always, I guess there's a fee in there, right, Sarah? It's like $300, right? Like we're going to charge for it because it takes time to do, guys. So if you want that to come out of your commission, we can help you with it. I don't do it. I have found that most dealers don't have a lot of co-op anymore anyway, right? Like most dealers have 20 grand. They'll ask the question, hey, can this be co-op? And we'll say yes. And then they never ask us to do it. So I'm just,
okay.
From someone
That's
who's
cool.
sold over 1,000 events, the only like this week, I think we got three events running out of 27 that are co-op. Like they'll ask the question, can it be co-op? But they won't actually follow through with it.
Okay, that's fine.
So, but yeah, and like I said, Sarah don't mind helping with it. Like we don't mind, but it does take time, and that's what I'm gonna go over next. Once we answer all the sale questions, I want to go over how to turn deals in. So, let's see here.
Caleb,
Yes,
you're saying
Will?
$87.50 for 3 days. Let's say the dealer looks up and says, "Okay, I want to do it for 6 days."
Well, it's so in that case, so what we do, okay, when Billy sends you over the price grid, okay, so I'm going to just use a generic number, okay, let's say, and I know it's a little less than this, but let's just use the number of $7,000 to keep it simple, right? That's $1,000 a day. Everybody with me on that? All right.
Yes.
If they want to add 3 more days, it's going to cost you 3. It's going to cost. So just take your price grid that when Billy sends you your grid over of a normal sale of 3 days of appointment set and 7 days of ads running, and let's say that number is $7,000. Then if you want to run for 3 more days, just add, and you want to charge the dealer $6 more grand, just add $3,000 of cost. Okay, so if it's a $67.50 cost on there, just take $67.50, divide it by 7. That's your number per day. And if you want to run it on out, that's just what it's going to cost you per day. Because what that has in it, guys, is we figured this out to how much it costs per day for ad spend, payroll in the call center, and obviously we want to make a little bit of a profit. So we want you to make more than we do. We want you to be able to price it for whatever you want, and we're going to do you a good job. Speaking to that real quick, I'll tell you this. Don't be super greedy. You know your client better than we do. I try to ask for a $2,000 profit. Okay, so if my cost is $67.50, I try to sell for $87.50. And the reason I do that is if they sell 20 cars, and say 20 cars and I always tell them this, if you sell 20 cars at $2,500 a copy, and if you'll ask them what their PVR is, usually they'll brag and say, oh, we run like $3,000 a copy. Okay, great. So if you sell 20 cars at $3,000, that's 60,000. You're going to make $60,000 plus ads, deducts, and dock fee, and you're going to make that much money. And then when you're going to make that much, you're going to pay me $87.50. It's a great return on your investment. So if you want to charge them $12.5 for an event, or $14.9 for an event, or whatever you want to charge them for an event, just make sure you back into justifying it. Okay, go ahead and set the expectation up. So Will, let's say you sell your event for $15,000. I'm going to tell the dealer, hey.
Okay, now I'm asking this question for a reason. When you say $87.50, you're not staffing that event.
Right. That is non-staff. That's just what I sell them for us to run the event. Yeah.
So when you do this next deal, use $13,995 with staff.
Yeah. So staffing, yeah. So let's say you charge it for staff, right? Well, same thing. I'm going to go ahead and set that expectation. Okay, Will, you're paying me $13,995 for a week. It's a staffed event. We think that we're going to sell you 30 cars. Okay. If we sell you 30 cars during the staffed event, what do you guys average on your gross per copy now, Will?
$3,500.
Man, you guys are killing it. Y'all are pretty talented. That's a big number. And you're going to be like, yeah, the dealer's going to be like, yeah, man, we're highly trained. We know what the fuck we're doing, right? Okay, great. So 30 deals at $3,500 is $115,000 in variable gross. So you're going to pay me 15 and you're going to make 115. If I can invest 15 grand and make $100,000 of profit on that in a 7-day period of time, is there any better ROI you know about there, Mr. Dealer? Of course not.
Absolutely freaking not.
Right. So, and also he just agreed that 30 cars is a good number, right? And I already told him that he may have to sell half of those after the sale by working the comments and the leads, etc. So you want to set that expectation up. Now, I will tell you guys, be careful. I tell dealers this, the worst event I've ever ran, the absolute worst event I've ever ran, I was able to match back that they sold 13 cars. Okay. The best event I've ever ran sold 104 cars. Both those dealers paid $87.50. Both those dealers paid the exact same thing. Here's the thing. The store that sold 13 cars, they still ran, even if they ran $2,000 a copy, right? They still made $26,000 off paying me $87.50. It was still a great deal for them. Wasn't what they expected, but still a great deal for them. It's still a great return on their investment, right? The store that sold 104 cars that made over $300,000, they're my customer for life. Guess what? The store that sold 12 re-signed 2. Okay, so go over that in your pitch. Let them know, hey, look, what are you going to get? We average about 25 units per sale on a unstaffed regular sale. However, you could sell 18, 20 cars. You could sell 100. You might be, there was a store that was at 67 was our best store. Then we had a 76. Then we had an 81. Then we had 101. Then we get 104. So there's always that next store that's becoming the best store we've ever had. So you want to make sure that you go over that up front, though, during your pitch, so they don't call you and go, hey, Will, I thought I was going to sell 80 cars. I've sold 20. What's going on? Go ahead and handle it in your pitch.
Yeah, I always do
that.
Hey, Caleb.
Let's see here. Yes, sir.
Hey, so during the sales process, or for instance, let's say during the pitch process, do we have access to dial you like a 3-way you in on something where if for instance, if we intuitively think that you might be the missing link from an information standpoint that could help just move that dealer off to a decision, is that something that's also there and available as well?
Absolutely, guys. I will help you on your first. Here's the thing. I always have to kick the birds out of the nest is the problem, right? So I always have to I had a dealer. I had another one of you guys that's probably ran 12 deals, and they called me like, hey, I got a pitch. I need you on it. And I'm like, I can't. I'm on a pitch. Here's what you need. And I wasn't on the phone. Okay. I just helped them through it. They ended up closing 5 of the deals. It was a multi-store group, right? So I will be glad to help you initially. Here's the only thing I ask. Because I'm doing it for 15 of you guys, plus my own deals, and plus the people that call Billy and say, hey, I want a demo, I do those as well for Billy. So I'm pitching a lot. So don't don't give me 20 minutes of notice. You know what I mean? So let me know. Try to schedule those demos out a day at a time if you can. I understand a lot of things happen last minute. Just don't get upset with me if I can't help you right that minute, okay? Because if you give me notice, I will get it done for you, okay? If you give me notice, 9 in the morning, like 9 a.m. to 12 seems to be the best time for getting dealers on the phone because their day hadn't got started yet. And that's kind of what I said. I'm kind of ready for that. And then let's say like 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock is a good time. So if you set me up a demo like at 2, 2:30, 3, 3:30, or like 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30, 11, 11:30, like that, I'll pretty much every day I can jump in there and help you. Okay. The actual pitch, it takes about 7 minutes to pitch a dealer. Okay. So it really only takes about 7 minutes to pitch the dealer. So it's not something that takes very long at all. And I'll be happy to help you guys close your first couple deals. The only thing I ask is that, you let me know what you told them up front on the pricing stuff so I know what to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't abuse that, but I just wanted to know if it was something that was there. So, but that answered it perfectly. Thank you.
Man, we're
Yeah,
close.
absolutely. Happy to help.
Caleb, I've got a quick question.
Sure. Yes, sir.
I'm going to backtrack a couple steps. When we do an extended sale, say it's for 6 or 7 days that a dealer wants to do we take the same,
Yeah.
do we have the same spending on boost, or does that increase, and how does that change my bottom line?
Right. Exactly. So what I was saying is, like, what we try to do, guys, we try to spend about $3,000 on ads. Okay. $300 to $3,500 on ads. So 7 times 5, 3,500, right? $500 a day. So what I'm saying is like, if you want to do a 7, let's say that we normally set appointments for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, a 3-day sale. That dealer wants to do a 10-day sale instead, right? And they want to do an extra 7 days of setting appointments. We're going to have another $3,500 to actually really spend on the ads, okay? And then the other $500 that I'm telling you I need is going to cover the guys actually doing the work. And just like you're going to make profit, we want to make a couple $100 a day. Like, our goal is to make about $150 a day, you know, and when we do 35, 40 sales a week, you know, it adds up to making us successful, right? But we're not trying to, when you're doing wholesale, like, this is the first time we've really brought in a group of guys to be reselling. And so now we're selling at a wholesale platform. So when me and Billy were selling everybody at $87.50, $89.95, obviously we're making a great profit. Now you guys are gonna make that big profit, but we just got to make sure anything extra we throw in that we kind of pad that out. So we don't need to. We're not going to charge you. So let's say like a wholesale. Let's say I'm just using 7 to make it easy. It's like $7,000 for a wholesale, and you say, okay, we want to add 2 days. Well, we're not saying, okay, well, that's half of a sale because we set appointments for 2 normally, and now you want to add 2, so we need to charge you $3,500. No, we just need to charge you another $2,000 so that we can cover another $1,000 of ad spend and, you know, pay the guys for working for an extra 2 days. So we kind of, and you know what, guys, that's a growing thing. You know, that's adjustments we're having to make as we go here. But one thing you will never say is that we changed your cost on you or that we shit you out of money, because we have never done that. In the last 2 years, we are consistently about our guys making money. And a lot of the deals, like, we run the deal. So like, let's say you get a lead and you want me to pitch them for you. And you tell me, all right, Caleb, go ahead and pitch them and just mail me a check, you know, you bill them, you know, or whatever. Like, we do that for a lot of agencies. Agencies set us up with demos. You guys may have this happen. So say you're working with an agency, they want to set you up with a demo with their dealer, and they tell you, okay, I've already told them it's $10,950, right? And you're like, okay, and you told the agency that their cost is, let's say you told an agency their cost is $77.50, and you want to make $1,000 for your agencies. Because one thing you can do, guys, is you can also get other resellers under you. You know, so it's, I don't say it's like a pyramid, but in reality is that's what Colin's done. So, you know, yeah, like Colin's not on this call, but Colin has like 4 guys under him selling. Michael has like 4 or 5 guys under him selling. So you can get people working with you and for you selling. And so you just have to figure out what you want your grid to be and what you want it to look like and how much profit you want to take from a deal. And so you can always scale that out too. And that's like I said, Michael was doing 35, 40 events a month. I don't know that he sold 10 of them himself. You know what I mean? So it's, you can scale this out, bring your friends in, bring your partners in. And this is, like I said, it's the first time we've really opened it up to other people because we finally have this call center. We got the new building. We have a great people. And then Billy's done a phenomenal job at branding and building the Billy Barrett name. So while we have competitors out there trying to rip us off, we're going to continue to stay at the forefront of the cutting edge of how this works. That's why we're adding in new features. There's things we're doing now to make sales perform well that we're not pitching because we don't want to pitch a competitor. You know, someone sets up a demo, they say they're a dealer and they're one of our competitors, right? So we're not going to show anybody all the ins and outs and secrets of everything because obviously that's our competitive advantage. But just know, and as you work with us and we all get to know each other, we can enlighten you on more of those things. But there are things that we're going to do to make sure that you're not getting a heat case. Okay. So let me, I know we've been on this for an hour. I know you guys are busy. Let me take a few minutes and walk you through how to get a deal turned in, how to get it set up. Okay. So let me click back over here real quick. All right. Now the leads real quick. Those leads I was showing you guys, if you will do me a favor, everyone has my cell phone number. Shoot me your email. And when we get off, just text me, say, hey, here's my email. I'll take the list. I'll cut it up on Excel. I'll send everybody 400 or 500 leads apiece. Okay. All those people have already been emailed weekly and they're getting followed on Facebook. They're not cold people. Okay. So I'll send you guys plenty of leads to get you guys started on following up and working on these people. All right. You sell a deal. What do you do? Okay. So when you sell a deal, you need to send your order into, and I'm going to pull this up real quick so it'll be on the screen and saved on the screen. Let's see here. It's Catherine at propagandasolutions.com, or you can send it to Sarah at billymerritt.com. Yeah, and they just both told me prefer both. Okay, so you're gonna get your order form. If you don't have the order form, okay, I will send that to you as well. When we get off, if you'll send me your email when we get off this call, if everybody will just shoot me their email, I'm gonna send you over everything you need. So I'm gonna send you over an order form. I'm gonna send you over the screenshots, like these screenshots I use. I'm also gonna send you over the voucher because during the dealer's gonna ask, like, well, what's the voucher? I'll send you this voucher that you can edit for any sale. I'm going to send you over a list of ad copy. So if your dealer says, what kind of sales do you guys do? Here's about 40 different sales worth of ad copy. Okay. I'll send you the ad copy. I'll send you the trade evaluation form. If the dealer does not have like a Kelley Blue Book type tool, or they don't have like a Viato tool, we've got one on Excel ready for them. I'll send you the registration form. This is for the sale. There's a registration form for when people come in the door and we greet them. Just, you know, you staff event guys understand this. We got a registration form ready for them. I'll send you over. This is the most important email right here. Okay. This page, I know, Will, I know you got this. We talked about it yesterday. This is the most important.
While you're on that, Caleb.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that stuff's not coming through. This thing is very important when you're giving the $6,000 over. I've watched Chad do this in my own store. So the bottom line is I didn't get that Kelley Blue Book to have bad tires to the number.
Okay, I will help you. I'll make sure you have that right now. Like I said, I'm going to resend everything to everybody. But this page right here, the one that says Facebook sale event pre-sale training information, this is just as important for you guys as it is for the dealer himself. But this is everything a dealer needs. First, it's the video of how we sold the sale. It's basically the pitch, explain it to the dealer and explaining to them what to expect during their event, okay? Then we got them a link to Kelley Blue Book. So during the event, they can go to KDB, the consumer site, copy and paste that link in, and they can get right to the site. The registration form, the voucher, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They need to understand this. Make sure everyone's on the same page. Make sure everyone likes, shares the page. Make sure you have some designated parking area. Make sure everyone knows who Buy That Billy is. Every week, and all the guys that are like Tucker's on the phone, Paul's on the phone, Sarah's on the phone, they'll tell you every week. People say, hey, I called the dealership and asked for Billy and nobody knew who it was. And so they're like, we're not going in, this is a scam. Well, that customer was so ready to buy a car, they called the dealership to check on it, and the dealership screwed it up. Okay, so they have to know who Buyback Billy is on Monday when they walk in the door to work, even though the appointments aren't showing up till Thursday. All right, they got to understand the offer. They got to understand how to negotiate. We tell them what to expect, best practices, videos, everything you need to know about Billy. This is an introduction to Billy. Why we use the big offer. Why we use the name Buyback Billy. Problems that come up in the greeting. Billy and Joey explain the event. How to approach it if you use the credit ad copy. And like I said, up here, the video explaining the sale. If the dealer watches, I'm telling you, every dealer who watches these before their sale, they have a great sale. Every dealer that's too lazy to watch it, they call us on Thursday, confused as shit as to what's going on. Okay? You can do a kickoff call, but let me go ahead and warn you right now. Once you get to selling like we're selling, you cannot do a kickoff call for everybody. Okay? So when we first started, me or Billy would call and do a kickoff and get them excited about the sale. The problem is if you sell 10 dealers and you start on Monday and you go do your kickoff calls, each call is going to take 30 minutes to an hour. Now there's 10 hours of your day gone. You can't do it, guys. It's just you can't do it and then also be ready trying to sell for the next week and getting your next revenue stream started. So if you do a kickoff call, do it for the dealers. You know, if you're getting started, you want to do it, you got a dealer group. I still do some kickoff calls. The videos are just as great a tool. Plus, you can make sure you can see if they viewed it or not. So make sure you're doing this form is super important. It's got all the videos in it. Now, when you turn an order form in, Catherine, just listen in, make sure I do this right. And Sarah, interrupt me if I'm wrong. When you turn the order form in, you got to make sure you have your dates on there, contacts at the dealership. All right. Saying Matt or saying Ted, so if Tim Williams or John Doe or Billy Merritt or, whatever, a name is not what we need. We need a name, a phone number, and an email. Okay. So give us all the contact information for when it says contact. Okay. Make sure you're going to put in there the ad copy you sold them on. So if you sold them a buyback event, put it in there. If you sold them a credit event, put it in there. If you sold them a closer, make sure you put on there. If you have a preference of who that closer is, put it on there. So if you want Kirk to go, or you want Chad to go, or you want Paul Sutton to go, or Tim McCarn, you know your market area, right? You know who you need to have where. Put it on the form, okay?
Caleb.
Who I'm invoiced. Yeah.
One quick question while you're on that. Say that this just happens. Say me and Matt go out here for 30 days. We book 20 sales for next month.
Okay.
Is Billy Market Merit? Is Billy and you going to be able to staff all those events?
We can handle whatever you got. Yeah. We've got people begging to go staff and work events.
So if me and Matt go sell 20, you can staff.
Won't be a problem. It's only 5 a week. It's not a problem.
Okay.
We've got 8 guys right now. We got about 15 guys that we got, and we can get more. Plus, a lot of times, guys getting started, you guys may do this, but a lot of guys Paul Sutton started like a week before you guys. He sold 5 events his first week, and he staffed 3 of them himself because he's like, hell, I'll just make the money myself. I'll make sure I do a great job, and I know that dealer will send me a lot more business. So sometimes, you may do some of those getting started. That's up to you, but it's not going to be handling the orders is not going to be the problem. I promise you that, guys.
Okay, I have a quick question, Caleb.
Sure. Yes.
So when you're selling the event and you're pitching it as a staffed event, like you say, you guys have 15 guys. If you're going the difference of 87.50 to 14.9, how are our guys compensated since it's not technically like a saturation mail where they're doing a 17 or 22% contract? Are they just paid commission and on the hook expenses?
We pay the closers $750 a day. Okay.
Okay.
And we charge the dealer $500 per diem for hotel or whatever. If it's last minute, you send a job in today, and you need a closer. You send a job in on a Thursday, and you need a closer to show up on the next week. We're gonna have to tell the dealer, hey, you're gonna pay for the plane ticket, right? Because we can't we can't ask the closer to pay $1,400 for a plane ticket because it was last minute, right? But if you let us know ahead of time, typically we give them $500 and $750 a day. So a normal closer works Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we pay them $2,750. They don't take any of the gross or anything like that.
So they take nothing. It's a flat $750 a day, and they're not on the hook for any of their expenses.
Nope. The dealer. It's a great deal for the dealer. They're not overpaying for our closers to show up.
Sounds like.
So hey, Caleb, while you're on that, and I want to make sure I'm on the same terms too. Basically, if I don't staff my event, I got to send y'all $6,750.
Right, exactly. And like I said, Billy put a grid together on pricing for everybody's stuff. Yeah, $6,750 is like that floor. If you don't staff it, $6,750. You send us $6,750. We take care of everything from there.
And then also, it was $9,750 if we wanted one of your guys to staff it.
Right, you basically have $3,000 to it.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're on the same page, because the one I don't want is I don't want to screw anybody. I don't want to screw anybody that's on Billy or your team and cost them any money.
We're good on that, guys. The other thing on the order form, when you turn the order form in, is who are we invoicing and how much we're invoicing, okay? Because the one thing I'm not going to do is chase money for you, okay? So I'm not chasing money. Your job, that we don't ask, once you sell the job, we really don't require a lot from you guys. So you turn the deal in, you fill out the order form all the way. You may have to answer a few questions from Sarah or Catherine or Abby along the way, but really at that point, your work on the deal is done with. So it's a pretty sweet deal, because you get them excited, you sell them in a 10-minute phone call, you get, the lion's share of the commission, and you really don't have to do anything else. That's why me and you and all of us are all really good at sales, because we like doing that. We hate admin. I explain this to Sarah and Catherine every week. The best salespeople are the worst at admin work. But that's just how we're made. But I don't chase money. I'm not chasing money. So just make sure nothing goes live without payment. So by the Friday before. So we have to boost the post on Friday and get ready to go live on Sunday. If they haven't paid, it's not a deal. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So you have to get the money up front. We don't do terms to anybody. If you extend somebody's terms, you don't have them with us, right? So we still need our $6,750. If you're letting them float for 30 days, that's on you. We're gonna need our $6,750 up front. And then lead time, I really like to have. We're not going to tell you no majority, most of the time, unless we're just all the way sold out. But to make sure everything goes smooth for you guys, try to give us a week's notice, okay? So we like to build the pages for the next week on Tuesday and Wednesday, the week before. So let us kind of know like a week before that, So if you got a deal, like right now, you guys getting started, I understand there's going to be a lot of them rushed in. But when you get to October, just go ahead and try to get them in a week or two ahead of time so we can plan them out. And we really do sell out. The thing about it with 30 people in the call center is we like to run around 35 to 45 events as like a max number. We're going to get to where we can handle 80 a week. And we're going to grow as you guys grow. We're hiring people every day. We're interviewing every day. It's just that we're not just hiring anybody, because the people are the product. So, get your orders in. I don't want you. There have been people turned away plenty. Like the last week of August, we turned down probably 20 deals. Me and Billy did, because we were already at 45 events. So get your events in early so we don't have to tell you we can't take it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, get them in. Get them in, because we don't want to be telling you last minute. Like this week, there's 27 events running. Next week we're already around, like, so there's around 20 on the books or so. So and we'll get a lot of orders today. I mean, Billy sold a ton yesterday. I sold a ton yesterday, and I've got 15 demos set up between now and Friday right now. And a lot of those people are going to want to run next week. It's going to happen. Like, I get that. We're not here to turn business away. Me and Billy make Sarah and Catherine mad every week by taking stuff at the last minute. We're going to try to put your deals on the books, but you already know the last week of the month gets filled up. So try to get those in early so we know what to do, so we can get them ready for you. But fill the order form out all the way. Your pages get built on Tuesday and Wednesday before the sale. So don't call, if you got a deal that's going to run, here, I'll pull the calendar up and just show everybody before we get done with this. and like I said, then I'll save this and share it with everybody. Let's say you got an event that's going to run on the 24th, okay? Or it's going to start on the 22nd, and their appointments are going to be the 26th, 27th, and 28th, all right? And you turn that deal into me on Thursday. So you turn in this Thursday. Don't call. Well, apparently my wife has a facial at 3 o'clock that day. Well, if you call me on Friday the 13th and go, hey Caleb, I need my page built. My dealer wants to see it right now. He needs to get it. He wants to get it approved. Da 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 da. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen, because on Friday we're boosting all the posts. We're doing a final appointment count. Any sale that's struggling, it's all hands on deck to get that sale running and getting that dealer a ton of appointments for Friday and Saturday. So we have like a schedule we have to follow. They're going to get that page on Tuesday. Okay, they're going to get that page on Tuesday and Wednesday. They're still going to have 3 days to get all their changes made, to get happy with it and make it to where they want it. But we can't build stuff out 2 and 3 weeks ahead of time, because each day kind of has a format. So while we're doing that, I'll go ahead and tell you what that format is. Sunday is event go live day. Every Sunday, all the events go live. Okay. If they ask, can they start their event on, this is going to happen. Just go ahead and listen to me. There's going to be people that say, can I start on Thursday and run it for 10 days? No, you can't. It has to start on Sunday. If you try to start on Thursday, here's what's going to happen. They're going to start on Thursday. It's going to take us 3 days to get a pipeline of people built up and for our team to work. So what will happen is they're going to expect to have that big 2 weekends in a row, and they're going to have a shitty first weekend because we didn't have time to get the leads in and set appointments. So don't let them put you together on that. We kind of just, every time we don't start on Sunday, we have a problem. So Sunday is the day the sales start. Monday, we're getting out all the calendars. We're making sure everything's syncing up. We're making sure everyone's trained. We're doing the launch calls. We're getting the videos out. That's the day that we're making sure the stuff that started on Sunday is running properly. Tuesday and Wednesday, we're building the pages for the next week. We're getting co-op done. We're getting all the approvals in. We're getting all the ad copy out. We're getting all the training material out for the dealers for the next week. That's when your training videos are going to go out. That's when we're going to get everything to the store. Thursday, final approval days. We want to get everything we can finalized on Thursday. Thursday night, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, Sarah's up building pages. Abby's up building pages, getting the pages built. Friday morning, we go ahead and we boost everything. We set everything up. Friday afternoon, the entire team is working on any sale that's not performing well. We're working on getting that sale up and running. Saturday, we're all working to make sure that everyone gets as many people in as possible, doing all our follow-up, getting things ready. And then when we quit working at 10 o'clock on Saturday night, when we show up at 7 o'clock on Sunday morning, we're starting the new events over for the next week. So we kind of have to keep it on that cycle, guys. So don't get impatient. Don't get frustrated or anything like that. Anything you need to get done will get done. It's just work with us on those days to try to help us get it in the flow of things. And as you do events with us, you'll see that we're incredibly efficient. Dealers are always happy, but you just have to work with us on getting set up and getting going. So Sarah, did I leave anything out on that? You still with us?
Nope. I think that's about good. I'm sure there'll be other questions that come up, but yeah.
All right. So guys, I'm going to send you, so when we hang up, so I got Sarah, I got Tucker, Wes, Will, Paul, Matt, Clay, someone named Anonymous, and anyone else on the call. When we get off the call, text me your email right now. I know I have yours, Will at Billy Merritt, but if you'll text me your emails, Catherine's right here with me. We'll make a list. We'll get you everything you need right now. So I'm gonna save this video and send it to you as well.
Hey, so you're gonna send this video that you just did with us that you recorded back to our emails?
Yep, I'm gonna email. I'm gonna go and tell you, because it's so long, it's gonna take a long time to upload through GoToMeeting.
That's fine.
But yes, I'm gonna send you this video so you can go back and reference anything you want. Also, I'm going to go ahead and do a pitch for you guys, just a regular pitch. That'll be about 7 minutes long. I'm going to do it, I'll do it like live on my board and using our TV and stuff. So it's good for your dealers. So you can just show it to them or you can text it to them. But I'm going to do a pitch for you guys that you can start just texting out to everybody and emailing out to everybody to kind of get everything ready for your phone call with them. So I'll do a demo pitch for you guys and get everybody excited. That way you can just text it to them. Also, when you shoot me your email, I'll text you over a video. It's 1 minute long that we have made that you can send out to anybody as well for promotional type stuff.
Caleb, I got one more question because I misunderstood it. If we're doing the 6750 on 3 days and they wanted to add 3 days, now follow me here. If we're doing a 3 day sale at 6750, basically you're saying if they want to add 3 days to boost on the Facebook side, we need to add $500 a day.
I'm saying so if you're doing a 6750 sale, okay?
That's
so here's 6750 divided by 7 is $964. Okay. I need 965 times 3. I need 2895 added to your 6750 to cover 500 of that. 500 of that money is going to be about 965. 500 that's going to be ads. The other 465 is going to pay for we still have to have people work for those 3 days, right? And then obviously, just like you're going to charge them more for, we'd like to make about $125 profit off that a day too. You know what I mean? So it's going to be anytime you sell a sale, take 6750, divide it by 7. If you need to have 4 days, then do 4 times that number. And that's what we're going to ask you to pay up. Okay.
Okay. So stop. Don't get mad at me. If it's a 3 day sale, I'm going to take 6750 and divide it by 3.
No. Here's where people get confused. A 3 day sale is 7 days of us working. You see what I'm saying?
I get it.
So you're setting appointments for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, a 3 day sale. So if you wanted to set appointments for 6 days, that's really a 10-day sale, right? So what I'm saying is, it's just, you would only be adding 3 days more of work. So just add to it. Just use it's $964, but just use $1,000 to keep it easy for you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just add $1,000. Just add $1,000 a day, and that's kind of like your cost for adding extra days. You see what I'm saying?
So basically, 6750 at 3, and at 6 day, and if they run an extra 3 days, I'm going to ask for another 3,000.
Yeah, and then if I was you, I'd charge them I would mark that up to $5,000 and make yourself $2,000 off of it. You know what I mean? Okay. Whatever you want to do.
Now me and you are on the same page, Caleb. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, that's how it works. So pretty simple. And look, we're not here to nickel and dime nobody. We're going to help you make as much money as you possibly can make. We just got to make sure that the dealer understands there's a real cost to working. If they want that solid team of guys working for 3 extra days, well, hell, it costs money. You know what I mean?
Okay, so if we mark it up another $2,000 on top of the 3,000, then we as the rep would get the other 2,000. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. Your cost is your cost. You can charge whatever you want to charge. We don't, like I said, some guys sell a 6750 sale for $87.50. Some guys sell it for $10.9. Some guys sell it for $15. Just keep in mind, remember when I was saying, go over what the expectation is. Hey, Mr. Dealer, this is a great deal at $15,000. You're going to sell 20 cars during this event. 20 cars at your $3,000 a copy is $60,000. So you're spending 25% of your profit, on the cost of this event. That's a great deal for you. Just make sure you justify your cost in your pitch.
Yeah, that's right. 100%.
Well, yeah, the math on the whole thing all makes sense. It's the ROI is there, and then plus they don't have the headache. They're already making service money, pack dock, warranty, all that. It's just the whole thing makes sense. I just never have been part of something where whatever I mark it up, then I get whatever above cost is. I mean, just normally it's a percentage of that. That's why it just caught me off guard. If we sell it, cost is $3,000, we're getting paid something from that, and if we sell it for $5,000, we get all the additional markup.
As wholesalers, that's the way I do all my wholesalers. You know what I mean? So if you have if you're like a BMM employee and you're in the office every day, you have a different pay scale or whatever. I don't know that. I mean, that's none of my business. I don't count other people's money. But the way I do reselling is we have a hard cost, and you go from there as a reseller. So if you're Will Thomas, or you're you're a reseller, that's the way I have that set up. Okay. If you're working for Billy, you need to, you and Billy have to, if you're in the office like Tucker, I don't know, Wes, I don't count y'all's money. I don't know what y'all's deals are, how y'all have it set up. I know it's a little different, but guys that are coming in off the street, and getting started. The reason it is made that way is because you're paying for a product. You do with it what you want, but you're not in the house every day, with all the full support either, right? Because here's the reason why, Will. The reason I do it that way, and to make it make sense, is when you start doing 10 events a week, you're going to have to hire somebody else, right? Like you're going to have to hire help.
My whole goal is just to pay the $97.50 and ship y'all's guys out.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like but I'm talking about you're going to need admin help. You know what I mean? Like you're going to need a secretary. So you got to be able to make a little more money than if you're using the whole team internally, right? So if you're in the house, if
me and Matt are out there selling 10 sales a week, you're going to have somebody in my office throwing money every which way.
Right. You're going to have to hire somebody. So that's why the profit is set up that way, is because at the end of the day, you're going to have to hire other people. You're going to have to pay for an office. You're going to have other business expenses. So you got to have a different, like I said, I don't count other people's money. The platform's the platform. You do with it how you want to do it. We're here to support you and make it work, make everybody a bunch of money, make everybody happy. But like I said, I'm not talking to any of you guys about money and stuff like that. Like I know you guys all work with Billy on that kind of stuff. My job is support. My job is to help you pitch, get you what you need to be successful, and help you manage your sales, get them set up, handle your closers. My job is to make sure everything runs smooth for you and be a resource for you. Not to tell you how much you can and can't make off stuff.
Okay. Well, I haven't spoken to anybody about money, so I guess we'll have that conversation.
Well, if you're not internally in-house, like you're not working at Billy Merritt Marketing at the office every day, yours is simple. It's $67.50 for a 3-day sale, and you mark it up whatever you want, and you keep your money. Like that's the way those work,
And also, so he knows, it's $97.50 on a 3-day sale if you want them to ship the closer out themselves.
Right. If you want us to send closers out, add $3,000.
So if you sell one for $67.50, I'm just signing a client, and there's no flat.
Right. If you sell it for $67.50, you didn't make no money. If you sell it for $99, yeah, exactly. If you sell it for $97.50 and I invoice it as Billy Merritt Marketing, then I'm just going to send you a check for $3,000.
Good. I'm a player. Yeah, I'm playing ball.
Yeah, and like I said, you're really working for about 10 minutes. You're going to do the pitch, close the dealer, turn the order form in, and follow up with your dealer throughout the sale. We don't need your help at putting everything else together.
Well, yeah, I mean, it all makes sense. As somebody who's been on the road for 16, 17 years, the product kind of speaks for itself, and the compensation package is, I work from home, and I make more money.
Yeah. That's exactly right. You sell 10. Like, here's the thing, guys. 10 sales a month. If you mark them up $2,000, it's $20,000 a month income. Okay. That's 2.5 sales a week you're selling. There's nobody in this world, I don't care how talented or untalented you are, if you legitimately tried for 40 hours to sell sales, I promise you that my 12-year-old who's up here every day could sell 3 sales a week if they work 40 hours a week. The problem is in the past, what we've had, we brought 4 guys on at the beginning. 2 of the guys are making 40, 50 grand a month every month like clockwork. Okay. The other 2 guys are barely making 3 or 4 grand a month, because what they did is they sold 2 sales and they keep selling the same 2 people every month, and they refuse to work. Okay. So you get in what you put in. You guys all know that. The more you work, the more deals you're going to put together, the more money you're going to make. So it's up to you. If you want, but if you are dedicated and you work like Colin works, I know 12 hours a day at it, then you're going to get royally compensated and make a ton of money. And, let's say you do 10 deals your first month and 8 of those 10 re-sign. You do 10 the next month. And so you just did 18 more deals. You know what I mean? And 8 of those re-sign. You do 10 the next month. Now you're at 26 deals, and that's at just $2,000 markup, you're over $50,000 a month. Okay. So you just have to make the re-signs work for you, and then go out and get you 10 new deals each month.
Okay, so the recurring business is the same compensation.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Every deal is a new deal. You know what I mean? So if you sign somebody up 10 times at 87.50, you're going to get 10 times at $2,000 markup. You know what I mean?
Okay, good. A lot of these sound like simple questions, but it almost sounds like it doesn't sound too good. I guess it does sound too good to be true when I've been all around the country on my own dime and been to sales where the mail might go out, the mail might not go out, and sometimes it's very rewarding, but in this case, it sounds like the job's going to get done and the compensation is going to be there.
One thing I'll tell you guys is I tell people all the time, I hate the car business, not because I don't like selling cars, but I hate working with car dealers. Okay. The most greedy group of some bitches out there. And, it's always like, who can we screw? That is not mine and Billy's philosophy. Okay, guys, it's not in any way. Our goal is to help y'all make as much as you can.
And I'll support that, Wes. I'll support that. Every time I send a check to Billy Mayer, my check was with PayPal in 5 minutes.
Right. When you let me go over payments real quick too. Okay. When your dealer pays, I pay you. Okay. It's that simple. When your dealer pays, I pay you. You send me, they pay online, they pay their invoice, I pay you. I don't do payroll on Fridays or nothing like that. When your deal gets paid, you get paid. So as soon as that check shows up at the office, or as soon as they pay it on QuickBooks, I pay you immediately. Okay, there's no waiting on your money.
100%, that is true.
Yeah, Caleb, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, yeah, guys, this is Wes, and it is some of the easiest money I've ever made, and I've got more freedom than ever. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't sit down at 40 hours a week and try to sell events because I've got other things going on, but it works, man, and it is
here's a good example of Wes real quick. Wes sold a deal in Hendersonville, North Carolina. I sent a closer in for him. The closer did a phenomenal job. The dealer loved the closer. Okay. The dealer says, hey, Wes had already sold him another store. So Wes had sold him Hendersonville and a Boone store. He already sold him 2 events. The closer did a great job. The dealer liked him. The dealer said, okay, I want to sign up Wayne, another store in another town. And then he actually texted me this morning and said, hey, the dealer, the owner texted me and said, hey, I want to run again on 10-6. Well, that's Wes's customer. Okay. So even though the dealer texts me or whatever, it don't matter. It's still Wes's customer. So Wes has got 4 sales sold, and Wes did a great job getting that client on board. And even though the closer influenced the guy because he did a great job, and then the dealer started talking to me or whatever, I will never steal your customer. Like, your deal is your deal, and your customer is your customer. And if your customer, and Tucker's on the phone, Tucker will tell you, like, if your customer refers us to another store, well, that's your deal too, right? Like, so me and Billy are not going to steal your customer from you. If you got a deal and it runs, and that person sends somebody else to us, we're not going to try to steal your customer. You're going to get, you're going to get compensated on that.
So Caleb,
as well.
y'all are Caleb. So I talked to Sarah about this, and she was waiting for me to get on this call today. So let's say, I'm real close to Mark Compton, where y'all had that big sale down in Conroe. So if I go sign Mark Compton, and I get 3 dealers, and those 3 dealers call you, are y'all watching that as they're coming through?
We are, and now look, I'll tell you this. It's just like we've all sold cars, right? We've all worked in a dealership. All right. If you sell somebody and you don't follow up with the son of a bitch for 4 months, right? And then you sold them. You don't follow up with nobody for 4 months. You don't do nothing. And they call in to Tucker at the office, because Tucker's at the office. They go, hey, Tucker.
Well,
hey, man.
That's our bad. We shouldn't get paid.
Yeah. I just want to make sure I just want to tell y'all that right up front. Like, if you don't do your follow-up and they have to reach out to us and say, hey, we want to run a sale because we can't get in touch with Will, he hadn't followed up with us, he hadn't called us.
That's y'all's deal.
Yeah, I'm going to say tough shit, Will. Sorry, you should have followed up. Because we've had that happen, guys. We've had sales where a salesman sold a deal. They sold the deal. They never followed up on the sale. And so I'm going through and I'm like, man, it's been 3 months. Those people didn't run. Let me shoot them an email. I shoot them an email. And they write back and go, hell yeah, I want to run again. I didn't know who to get in touch with. The guy that sold it to me never called me back. And
that's ridiculous,
man. So I am going to do follow up for you. Just being a prudent business owner. but I'm not going to steal your deal from you. Okay, I mean, your deal is your deal. And I'll call you and tell you, like I called Scott's not on this call, but Scott Balcom. I had a dealer text me yesterday where she called and left me a voicemail. She said, "Hey, this is so and so with Penland Automotive Group. I want you to call me about a buyback Billy sale." I immediately called Billy and said, "Hey, if Penland calls in, don't tell him anything. That's Scott's customer." I called Scott, told him. Scott called him and said, "Hey, you guys reached out to the office. What's going on?" Well, they were trying to go around Scott to cut out his commission because they obviously knew he was the middleman. And we just told him, "Sorry, you have to run through Scott. That's who your salesman is." So we're not going to.
That's a business I want to work for.
Yeah, we're not going to cheat you out of your money, man. We don't need it. Like we've been, we're not. And nothing against nothing against like direct mail companies or staff event companies or whatever, but we're not that. We're not just waiting on the next dollar to come in. We are trying to build a quality group of guys that can all have a life they want to have freedom in their life, and have financial success. Men and women, whoever wants to be involved. We just ask everybody to treat everybody the same way. If you cause a bunch of shit and headaches, you're probably going to get a phone call from me or Billy saying, "Hey, man, it's been great knowing you, but we just don't need you no more." Just because, man, there's 20,000 dealers in the United States. We want to work with 10,000 of them. We're coming up with new products every day. There's also a lot of other avenues we can work in. We're working on a real estate deal right now. We're doing some Harley stores, but I'm also working in, I talked to a 20 store or a 20 location plastic surgeon's office yesterday. We have a lot of different companies that are starting to reach out to us and ask us to help them. The great thing about that is the budgets are a little bit better, and they're not as right now this month only driven like car dealers. So getting in on the ground floor with us now as we're starting to take this next step, you're going to get access to all the other things we're doing, which will open up a lot of other income potential for everybody involved.
Wow. Wow.
Who else knows about this?
Depends on what area you're in.
Because I'm over here thinking of building a brick and mortar bank right now.
Hey, Caleb, he asked you that question. And you know what? I asked Billy that, and that's not really a crazy question because, like right now, I don't know where that young man is in his area, but Billy told me from Kentucky. Now, I'm right in the middle of all this. Kentucky, Virginia, and West Virginia, and Tennessee. He says he ain't done no sales up here.
Will Thomas, no, from Kentucky.
Go ahead, Caleb.
I was going to say, we have not done much of anything up that way. We've done some stuff in like Chattanooga. We've done some stuff in like Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We've done some stuff in there, but it's not over. I'll tell you what's oversaturated. The state of Florida, okay? The state of Florida is oversaturated. The Charlotte market is kind of oversaturated. The Greenville, South Carolina market is a little saturated. Outside of those, nothing is really oversaturated. Have we run events in every state? Yeah. Do I got a demo with a guy in Hawaii tomorrow? Yeah. I mean, we've done stuff all over, but it's not oversaturated. Are there other people out there that are ripping us off and saying they are us? And I mean, there's people doing demos using our pages on Facebook saying that it's their sale. You know what I mean? Like, there are so many people trying to rip us off, but that's why Billy is spending the investment to keep it on the cutting edge, to stay in front of people, let everybody know, hey, we were the first company, we're the best company. You can go to the grocery store and you can buy Dr. Pepper or you can buy Dr. Thunder. Nobody wants to pour people drink, right? Like, and you don't want the half-ass sale either. You want to go ahead and invest the money with us and get the best thing. Really get the product that you think you're going to get. So we just want to, and Billy's going to do a great job at that. He's going to keep pushing us to the next level. I know that. I trust him in that, and that's his role. His job is to make sure that we are the best product out there. And, Sarah's job is to make sure that we know how to serve ads and keep the pages running. And Catherine's job is to keep all the shit moving, her and Abby, to make it all happen and work. And Tucker and Wes and Paul and those guys are in the call center making sure your pages are getting done what needs to be done. And my job is to help make sure that your closers show up, make sure that you get your commissions paid to you, make sure that your sale runs. And honestly, I want to sell more than any of you guys. So my job is also to outsell every one of you. But I'm not going to do it by taking your customers. That's why I'm about to give you all 400 or 500 customers apiece. Couple things. I pay $1,500 a month for a program that generates leads. I have one salesman getting all those leads. We're going to change that up. Those leads are going to be distributed out evenly. Okay. Those leads are people. Billy, actually, I have a program where Billy is reaching out to dealers individually as himself and setting up the demos, and then we'll hand the leads off to you guys. Those will be demo leads, not just that. We're also running heavy ads on Facebook. Those leads are going to be distributed as well. So we're going to get you leads, but you guys are all killers. You eat what you kill. You get out there and generate it on your own too. But unlike when we started, I'm going to give you a place to start at. Okay. So I will make sure that today that every one of you guys have, 300, 400, 500 leads apiece.
Man, I appreciate that, man.
Absolutely, man. We'll get you guys busy.
I don't
So
have
anybody got anything else? I mean, I know it took an hour and 40 minutes, but I think it needed to be done to get everybody on the same page getting started. Plus, if I'd have talked to 14 of you guys individually, it would have took me 20 hours. So that's where we are. Just so y'all know, I have a 12 o'clock. I have a 1 o'clock demo, a 1:30, a 2, and a 2:30. So as soon as I get off the 2:30, that gives y'all 2 hours to get me all your email addresses. I'll send you everything you need. I'll send you the leads. I'll get the leads split up on Excel, and I'll have everybody exactly what they need to get moving forward. That way you guys can start selling and start getting some deals turned in.
All right. Thank you, Caleb.
Hey guys, can I have
appreciate
1
everybody.
minute?
Yep.
Sure.
Yes,
This is
ma'am.
Sarah. So I just wanted to go quickly. He talked about, turning the work orders in and all the information that we need on them. And it's absolutely imperative that we have that in order to get it up and going smoothly. But the other aspect is, please ensure that their website either has really great photos that we can actually pull, or that you get them from the dealership. And I want a really sexy photo, and I have some good dimensions on our group page. If any of you need to be added to the Billy Merritt marketing group, where we discuss deadlines, where I put in reminders, where I ask you about work orders, where I put in updates on Facebook, dimension requirements, whatever it is, then just send me that info and I will add you to the group. But I will say that it might get overlooked, but the pictures are one of the most important things that we can have in that ad. Of course, the big offer is huge, but they notice the picture first. So
All right.
That's right.
big
I
deal.
should have pointed that out. Yeah, the
No
picture is
problem.
a big deal on the order form, or the pre-sale form that Catherine sends out. It has on there like a couple. Don't it have an example picture, Catherine? Yeah, it has like a photo request form. So when your guys are getting a lot of stuff in your emails, okay. But what I'm gonna do so it actually gets done the right way is I'm gonna send you the leads, but I'm gonna have Catherine send you guys the rest of the stuff that you need. That way it actually happens. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to send her over all the screenshots and stuff so she has them. And we'll get you guys exactly what you need. But that picture is super important. I just tell them, hey, listen, go out there, take some really quality, nice pictures on an iPhone and text them to me. We don't need some crazy high resolution picture, but we need just a good quality, good looking, nice car picture. And that makes a big difference.
Okie dokie.
All right, I'm going to record this. So I'm going to stop this recording, guys, and then it's going to take a while to upload, and then I'm going to send it to everybody. That way you can go back in and, fast forward, rewind to whatever you need, okay? And I'll make a commitment to get that pitch. I will get that pitch video done by tomorrow and have it to everybody so you can send it out, okay?
All right. Thank you so much, Caleb. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you.
Appreciate everybody.
Thanks, Caleb.
Caleb.